Hello, dear business ladies. How are you doing today? My name is Elena. I'm the founder of the Business Women World community. And today, in the realm of the Inspiration TV, I would like to introduce our special guest to you. Her name is Isabelle Hubert. And let me quickly connect with Isabelle via a live bridge right now. So, hi Isabelle, I can see you. Hello. So let me add you to broadcast. And while Isabelle is joining us, let me say a few words about her.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing perfect. Thank you so much for this invitation.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. First of all, let me say a few words about you. So I was just in the middle of the sentence. So Isabelle is a meditation and manifestation teacher, and I'm happy to have her as our special guest speaker today. The reason why I invited Isabelle is that I noticed that in business and as well as in life, very often we do the hardcore work, and we don't do the fine work. And Isabelle is just the vault of knowledge, and she will be sharing some of the breakthrough tips with you how to make your business success happen easier and how to have a more fulfilled life, an easier life. So let me give the word to Isabelle so that you could say a few words about yourself. Okay?
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm happy to be with you. And thank you for this invitation. It's an honor for me and a pleasure to be guest in this beautiful interview. And yes, this is a very interesting question. Who are you? Or introduce yourself. First of all, I'm just Isabelle, and this is the only thing I can say. And yes, I am a meditation and manifestation teacher. And a few years ago, I was a CEO in a company here in Cologne, in Germany. And I basically realized that in this part of my business, all the people I worked with were in a hurry. So the only thing that matters at that time was the success, the work. And I realized that the people I worked with were like, they were empty. There was no life, there was no pleasure, no love inside of them. And I thought, okay, what can I do as a CEO, as someone who built up this big company, to give them the opportunity to really connect to their lives instead of just working in this company and earning money. And I started to introduce a lot of beautiful techniques into the company, like meditation, or just the awareness of being aware that something is quite different, as I just wanted to have inside of me. And I started to work with the people, and sometimes I just called them and I said, okay, how are you? Are you okay? What's going on? And then they said, okay, why are you doing this? This is crazy. And after a few years, I decided last year to quit my job and to be a servant of the divine, to just serve and to teach the techniques and the knowledge that I have in my life, which made my life beautiful and more easy and more fulfilled, and to teach the people how to connect to their inner universe, how to integrate meditation into their everyday life, to become a really manifester and not to be a victim to the outer world, to be a victim of situations, of emotions of other people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So basically, you were a hardcore business lady.
Yes.
And after seeing what's going on in your company, you decided to move into the meditation and manifestation coaching and
Yes.
training. And if we refer it to the business ladies, so maybe someone can relate that we are doing a lot of work, and sometimes maybe we are not seeing the results, or maybe we see the results, we do earn lots of money, but we do not have that fulfilled life. Yeah, so that balance and
Yes.
feeling, oh, that's so cool, I have a beautiful business and a beautiful life as well, so this kind of balance is very often like in the state of imbalance. This is what I noticed as well, just like Isabelle.
Yes. So this is, in my opinion, most of the hardest problems we have, that we think that our pleasure is outside of us, that the big house, the car, the money is something that can fulfill our heart. But in my opinion, it's totally different. You first of all have to feel the abundance. You first of all have to be connected to your universe, to this greater intelligence, to the love which is inside of you, to receive the love outside of you, to receive the abundance outside of you. And we think, and this is what the matrix, the system is teaching us, that we have to be with our focus in the outer world. But that is not that is not the wisdom which the ancient teachers are teaching us. This is not the key. So first of all, we have to connect to our inner universe to find this place where all possibilities exist inside of us. And then we are like a magnet. And this is what I teach. We have this energy field around us. We have this intelligent inside of us. We have the intelligent outside of us. I mean, it's kind of the divine intelligent. And we should learn how to become a magnet, that we haven't have to go to our success. We have to learn how to magnetize the success into our field.
Oh, that's just beautiful. I love this sentence, because actually we don't have to work hard like 12-hour days. Yeah, we can pull all of that success by using specific techniques, right?
Yes.
And could you please give us a few tips? How can we make it happen? Like really practical tips. What would be the number one thing to do?
Meditation.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So why meditation? Meditation means to become familiar with. This is the definition of meditation: to become familiar with ourselves. So when we know ourselves, when we make time every day to nurture ourselves, to honor ourselves, and to hold the vision in our mind, what kind of future we want to create, which kind of life we want to create, which kind of person we want to be or we want to become. So this is like a game. In meditation, you disconnect totally from your outer world. You disconnect from the things who are triggering you or which are triggering you, and you disconnect, and you start to embody the person you want to be. And if you learn that everything is frequency and every thought has a frequency, then you start to become aware of what you are thinking about. And when you are the observer of your thoughts, you can start to manifest everything you want to manifest, because you are not inside the thought. You are observing your own thoughts. And this is what meditation gives you when you take time or make time for yourself and start to realize there is a field, there is something greater, and you just have to connect with this greater intelligence. You just have to connect with this energy to become this magnet I was talking about.
Okay, so now we need to process a little bit of information. I am familiar with the field around us, but maybe not everyone. So how can we make this field, so is there anything special, like any practical step we can make this field more, let's say, more attractive, so that we can pull all our things that we deserve and desire, you know, like in addition to meditation, or is there any trick how to do it?
I mean, I try to interpret your question. Of course, there is a technique, and this
Yeah.
technique is meditation, to make time and to disconnect. But from another standpoint, from a more practical standpoint, um, ask yourself what your main thoughts, and I mean, we are thinking about 60 to 90,000 thoughts a day. So when you realize that most of your thoughts are the same thoughts than you had yesterday, I mean, how can you produce or create another life or a future based on thoughts you had yesterday? So you have to integrate another thinking, feeling, and of course acting to produce a new future. So you have to be defined by a vision of your future. And this is what manifesting is in a practical form. So when you are just in this loop of thinking and feeling from the past, you will always reproduce your past in your future. So if you want to have a greater future, if you want to have other situations, if you want to attract abundance and fulfilling and love into your life, you have to feel that first. You have to hold this vision in your mind. And this is what I mean, what meditation, this technique is about. So become aware of your thoughts. Are these thoughts you have thoughts from the past? If yes, change it. Change your thinking and change your feeling and of course your acting, and be defined of a vision of the future and become it.
That sounds like a very good and practical recipe. The only hack here is that not everyone can do it on their own, you know. It took
Yes.
me 3.5 years, and I used a lot of techniques and brain retraining software to come to a different standpoint eventually. It just takes time, so be patient, and maybe it would be also good if you could join the group, the Facebook group of Isabelle. I'm also a member there. It's a free group, so maybe Isabelle could say a little bit. It's in German, right? So you do
Yes.
only things in German, but maybe some of the people from Munich can join you there.
Yes. So, I mean, I teach this in my coachings and my retreats because I know sometimes it's really hard to break the old pattern of the past. But yes, so join my Facebook group. Everything is in German. Sometimes I do some interviews or some lessons in English. But this is something I work on right now, to do more in English and in German. So my postings are sometimes in English, sometimes in German. So if there are more attendees or more people who are in this group who speak English, I will of course translate it, because
Okay.
I'm very interested that more people can join the group even when they are not from Germany. Yes.
Okay, oh, that's great news. So thank you so much for sharing a very good and practical recipe. So if you have any questions, dear business ladies, type us the questions in the comment, while I will be asking the very last question from my side.
Yes.
And just Isabelle, if you look back at your past when you were the CEO of this company, so what kind of advice would you give to your younger self, having the wisdom of today, what you have right now?
What a beautiful question. Thank you so much for this question. I mean, I would say to my younger self that I just have to surrender to love. Surrender. Really
Wow.
surrender. Don't fight anymore. Stop fighting. Stop battling. Stop forcing out, because this is not how this beautiful life used to be. So surrender and
Surrender to
trust.
love. Yeah.
Yes, surrender to love and trust, because there is this greater intelligence that loves you. And if you surrender to it, everything will be okay.
Oh my God, I've got goosebumps right now while you were saying that. I totally agree. That's a great tip to yourself and actually to all of us, not to fight in some sort of competition,
Yeah.
but to surrender to love, and then everything will find its way, you know, this kind of
Yes,
flow. Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, thank you so much. So I don't see any questions in the comments right now. So you can type your questions later on after the interview is over, and we will get back and answer your questions together with Isabelle. I thank you so much for joining us today and being our guest speaker, and thank you for the very practical tips. So hope everyone who is interested can take a look at the group and join the group of Isabelle. I'll post the link afterwards, after
Yeah.
we finish this live video.
So
Okay.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.